Hello students, welcome back. So this is the last part of matrices and determinants. Now we'll be discussing the next method, that is the matrix method of solving a system of equations. You'll get to know the various conditions, like if you have a singular matrix or a non-singular matrix and it satisfies certain conditions, like adjoint of A into D is 0, or if adjoint of A into D is non-zero, then what happens on the solution of system of equations. Once we are done with this, we will be switching to the next topic, that is the concept of augmented matrix. So keep watching. Okay, so now we have the next method, that is the matrix method. Consider the equations a1x plus b1y plus c1z equal to d1, a2x plus b2y plus c2z equal to d2, and a3x plus b3y plus c3z equal to d3. Suppose we have this system of equations, then as we have already discussed, the coefficient matrix, that is the matrix A, is given by A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2 and A3, B3, C3. The matrix of variables can be written as x equal to xyz. Obviously the variables here are x, y and z, and the constant matrix is d1, d2, d3. So we denote these matrices by A, which is the coefficient matrix, then x is the variable matrix and D is the matrix of constants or the constant matrix. Then the equation 1, which is this equation, is equivalent to the matrix equation Ax equal to D. You can just see here, if you write down Ax equal to D, you will get this system of equations. Now multiplying both sides of second by the inverse matrix A inverse, we get, now we had obtained Ax equal to D. So if I multiply this equation on both sides by A inverse, then what do I get is A inverse into Ax would be equal to A inverse into D. This gives me A inverse into A, we know is identity. So Ix equal to A inverse D, which means x equal to A inverse D. In fact, this is giving you the solution of that system. This x was, if you remember, the matrix of variables. So we have xyz equal to A inverse D. Now A inverse we know would be this. This is A inverse into D was this. Now A inverse we know, in inverses we have discussed, A inverse is adjoint of A divided by determinant of A, and adjoint of A is the transpose of the matrix of cofactors. So where these would be cofactors, and this is the matrix of transpose of matrix of cofactors divided by determinant. So this whole value is A inverse, and determinant you already know is A1, B1, C1, determinant of the coefficients. So just remember, this is giving you the solution set of that system of equations, x equal to A inverse D. We have certain important cases here. First of all, if A is a non-singular matrix, non-singular means determinant of A is non-zero. If A is a non-singular matrix, then the system of equations given by Ax equal to D has a unique solution given by x equal to A inverse D. We have already seen how do we get this. If A is a singular matrix and adjoint of A into D is 0, then the system of equations given by Ax equal to D is consistent with infinitely many solutions. Now if we have A to be a singular matrix and further adjoint of A into D is equal to 0, then the system would be consistent. The system given by Ax equal to D would be consistent, but with infinitely many solutions. Further, if A is a singular matrix and adjoint of A into D is non-zero, then the system given by Ax equal to D is inconsistent. If you remember, as we discussed in Cramer's rule, again in this we have certain cases which are, first of all, either you can have A to be a non-singular matrix or you can have it to be a singular matrix. So either non-singular or singular. So if A is non-singular, then we have discussed first case says that you will get a unique solution given by x equal to A inverse D. And if you have singular, A to be singular matrix, then you can have two cases depending on whether adjoint of A into D is 0 or adjoint of A into D is non-zero. If adjoint of A into D is non-zero, then the system would be inconsistent. If adjoint of A into D is 0, then the system would have infinitely many solutions and it would be consistent. Now, we have again an example. In fact, this we have already discussed. See, a linear system can be written as a matrix equation Ax equal to B. This is the coefficient matrix. If we have, suppose you are given this system 5x minus 4y equal to 8 and x plus 2y equal to 6, then you know how to write this system into this form. This is the coefficient matrix. You will take the coefficients of x and y. This would come with the sign 5 minus 4 1 2, and then you have the matrix of variables, or you can call it the variable matrix, and then we have the constant matrix. So this is how you can transform this system into this form. Now we have a shortcut for solving a 2 cross 2 system. Suppose you have a 2 cross 2 matrix, the most general 2 cross 2 matrix, which is ABCD, and suppose we have this system ABCD into XY equal to EF. So now we have already discussed in inverses and adjoints that how do we find out within second, how do we compute directly the inverse or adjoint of a 2 cross 2 matrix. So similarly, the similar thing will follow here also. We have this system. In fact, this system is Ax plus By equal to E and Cx plus Dy equal to F. This system has been transformed into this form. We have written it in the form Ax equal to D. Now the solution we know is given by x equal to A inverse D, provided determinant of A should not be equal to 0, because otherwise we won't be able to find out A inverse. So the direct solution of this system would be xy would be equal to x is equal to A inverse D. So x is this xy, and then we have A inverse, and then we have D is this. So how do we find out A inverse? I will be explaining it to you again. In order to find out A inverse, you have to divide by determinant of A, which is AD minus BC. So I divide by 1 upon AD minus BC. Then in order to find this, how do we get this? Just swap the diagonal elements and then negate the non-diagonal elements. So this becomes dA, and then I put a minus sign in front of non-diagonal elements, which gives me minus B minus C. So this is how I get A inverse. So direct solution of a 2 cross 2 system is x equal to A inverse D, in which you can directly compute A inverse. Okay, next we have is another example based on this concept. Suppose I have this system minus 3x plus 4y is 5 and 2x minus y is minus 10. Now I again transform it into this form. So I have Ax equal to B or Ax equal to D. Solution, you know, provide if we first of all find out determinant of A, and that is 3 minus 8, which is minus 5. This is non-zero, and therefore the system will possess a unique solution, which would be given by x equal to A inverse B. So this is the unique solution, and A inverse you can directly find out. You can write down this as this: minus 3 4 2 minus 1 inverse 5 minus 10. This is the direct solution, and in order to find out A inverse, determinant we have already computed. So I have minus 1 by 5, then minus 1 minus 3, swap the diagonal elements and negate the non-diagonal elements. So this is what I have. Just solve this and you will get the solution as minus 7 minus 4. So this is the answer of this system. Okay, so we have a question based on this concept, and this question has been asked in one of the previous year papers in IIT JEE, in fact in year 2010. The number of 3 cross 3 matrices A whose entries are either 0 or 1 and for which the system has exactly 2 distinct solutions is. So we are given this system and the number of 3 cross 3 matrices A whose entries are either 0 or 1 and for which the system should have exactly 2 distinct solutions. Now do not get confused on seeing the entries are either 0 or 1, and the options are also somewhat in sense of 2, like 2 raised to 9 minus 1 or 2 0. Don't get confused on seeing these options. Just try to concentrate on the question. Just try to understand the concept. What is the question exactly asking? So the question is asking the system should have exactly 2 distinct solutions. In such type of question, just try to ponder on the types of solution that the question is giving. Now here it is asking exactly 2 distinct solutions. If you remember, we have just now discussed the concept of system of equations, and in fact in that we have just discussed either the system can be consistent or inconsistent, it can have infinite solutions or it can have unique solutions, but it cannot have 2 distinct solutions ever. So if in case we get a consistent system, we can either have unique solution or we can have infinite solution. We cannot have 2 distinct solutions. So the simple answer of this question is 0. Exactly 2 distinct solutions are not possible. So in fact this was a question of few seconds. Next question is solve the system of equations using matrices. So, and the system is this. Now see, this system is not at all arranged, and maximum number of students would commit this silly mistake of taking the coefficients as incorrect numbers. So first of all, just try to arrange this system which is in the standard form. I take 5x there, so we have 5x plus 2y minus z is minus 7. Then I have x minus 2y plus 2z is equal to 0, and then x is not there, so I have 3y plus z would be equal to 17. Okay, so now next thing that you need to do is you'll compute the determinant of this, or first of all you'll find out the coefficient matrix. Coefficient matrix is 5, 2 minus 1, 1 minus 2, 2, 0, 3 and 1. Okay, now compute determinant of A. If it comes out to be non-zero, then unique solution, and the solution is A inverse D, x equal to A inverse D. So this is my A inverse, and my D is minus 7, 0, 17. You can see here the constant terms. This is my D. So x equal to A inverse D. Now find out this inverse and multiply it by this to get the answer. Now how do we find out this inverse? We have already discussed. First of all, you will find out the determinant. You will divide it by determinant. You will find out the adjoint, and this will give you the inverse. In order to find out the adjoint, first of all you will find out the cofactors of each and every element. Then take the transpose of the matrix of cofactors. Then you will get the adjoint. So finally you will get the answer once you compute these values. Okay, one more concept that you might encounter in some of the big books related to the system of equations is the concept of augmented matrix. So I'll give you a brief about augmented matrix also. Suppose we have a system of equations which is a11x1, a12x2 plus so on a1nxn equal to b1. Then a21x1, a22x2 plus so on a2nxn equal to b2, and so on am1x1, am2x2 plus so on AMN XN equal to BN, and I term this as system 1. Now this is the system that we have, system of equations. This will be termed as consistent. This is consistent if and only if the coefficient matrix A and the augmented matrix, I'll just now explain you what do we mean by augmented matrix. If and only if the coefficient matrix A and the augmented matrix have same rank. So now at least you know what is the coefficient matrix. Coefficient matrix you can easily construct. A would be A11, A12, so on A1n, then A21, A22, A2n, and so on AM1, AM2 and AMN. This is the coefficient matrix. Now augmented matrix is when we write down A, we put a bar in between or slash and B. What is that? B is the matrix of constants. This is termed as B. So if you take the matrix A would be this, and then you put the corresponding matrix of constants. This is the augmented matrix. So you can also have the solution of a system based on the concept of augmented matrix. What do we mean by that? See, we can have, first of all, we have discussed then that the first system is consistent if and only if rank of A is equal to rank of A augmented B. You can either put a row sign to denote rank, or you can say rank of A equal to rank of A augmented B. Just remember first of all this thing. Now based on the basis of this and on the basis of relation between M and N, you can further have certain cases, which are: case 1 is when system is consistent, which means the ranks are equal but M is greater than equal to N. Okay, the system is consistent and M is greater than equal to N. Now what happens is, if rank of A and rank of A augmented B are equal and are equal to N, this would imply that the system has a unique solution. And then we have, in case rank of A is equal to rank of A augmented B, but that is equal to some R, say, which is less than N, then N minus R unknowns are assigned arbitrary values. What does that mean? Okay, first of all, I'll discuss both the cases and then I'll explain to you. Now we have the system is consistent and M is less than N. If M is less than N, again I have rank of A is rank of A augmented B, but that is equal to M. Then N minus M unknowns can be assigned arbitrary values. And the second case says rank of A equal to rank of A augmented B is R is less than M, then N minus R unknowns can be assigned arbitrary values. Now what do we mean by this? See, first of all, the system would be consistent if and only if rank of A is equal to rank of A augmented B. Now once we have seen this, do not get confused with this R. we'll put this, okay, I'll put R dash and R dash and minus R dash. Now, consistent if and only if the ranks are equal, and then we can have further cases that rank of A is equal to, first of all, suppose M is greater than N or M can be less than N. Now, if M is greater than N, then first of all we have rank of A is equal to rank of A augmented B is equal to N. In that case, you will have a unique solution. And in case that ranks are equal to some R dash, say, which is less than N, then N minus R dash unknowns can be assigned some arbitrary values. Similarly, in the second case, if we have M to be less than N and then we have rank of A to be equal to rank of A augmented B to be equal to some M, then N minus M unknowns can be assigned arbitrary values. And in case the ranks are equal to some R dash which is less than M, then N minus R dash unknowns can be assigned arbitrary values. So the concepts are quite easy, but they do require a good amount of practice. If you have any kind of queries on matrices and determinants, you can post it for free on our discussion forum of askiitians.com. For doing so, open the website askiitians.com, go to the discussion board, and as soon as you click on the discussion board, on the right hand side you can see the section Ask Experts. In that, just select the category, and in this case, as matrices and determinants falls in the category of algebra, then what you need to do is you just need to write down your question, and you can also attach any image if you have, and just click on Get Answer. As soon as you do so, our Ask IITians experts will answer your question within the duration of 24 to 48 hours. So I hope you must have understood the concept of system of equation, especially the matrix method and the concept of augmented matrix. So this was the end of chapter of matrices and determinants. So let us just have a quick recap of the chapter. See, first of all, we began with the various types of matrices, and then we discussed the operations of matrices, that is the addition, subtraction and multiplication of matrices. Next, we discussed the concept of elementary transformations, and do remember that the elementary transformation that you can apply on rows can also be applied on columns as well. Then another concept that is related to the concept of elementary transformations was rank of a matrix. This is an extremely important concept, and you can surely expect at least one question from this topic in your examinations. Now, we also discussed the concept of adjoint of a matrix, inverse of a matrix, which are quite interrelated, and so if you don't understand one concept, you are surely not to attempt any other question on the related concept. We have also discussed the concept of system of equations, in which basically we stressed on two concepts, that is the Cramer's rule, matrix method. And another concept that is interrelated is the concept of augmented matrix. So try to focus on these concepts as well, as they are also important from examination point of view. Keep watching askiitians.com for more lectures on physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology. So all the very best.